Hi, everybody. Hey, I'm going to start this off today with some surprise I have for you. So, ready? You're going to recognize this person, and she did something really cool, and I want you to watch. Okay?
Okay, for this experiment, you just need a towel, any kind of towel at all. You put a little bit of water on it, just like that, or just a little bit of water. And then right here, I have some soap, which you just put it on your finger, and you rub it on top of that wet spot. Once it's all rubbed, you go to the other side, and you blow through like this. And out comes the bubbles. Okay, for this experiment, you just need a towel,
Sorry, Isabella.
any kind of towel at all. You put a little bit
Just a minute, everybody. I'm coming. Okay. Wasn't that awesome? I had just the nicest little video from her the other day, and I wanted to figure out, I didn't want to do it. You know, she wanted me to do it, and I'm like, no, I'd rather have her do it. So she was my little guest today. So Isabella Morales, thank you very much for being my guest today on our science videos. Woo! Okay, so back to this craziness of atoms. So I want to regroup just a teeny tiny bit from the other day. We remember the definition of atoms is that one, they are the smallest things in the entire world. Okay. Two, they are the building blocks of everything. And they're all the same substance. So then we talked about the parts of an atom. And actually, I was looking at the positive poly cahoots, and a lot of you did really, really, really great. Some of you haven't done it at all. Just saying. Okay. We talked about positive poly. Always positive, never negative. No, no, no. So, positive poly. That's the first one. Okay? Positive poly lives in the nucleus with her little friend on the fence, Oliver. Remember? There's Oliver. No, nothing. On the fence because he's neutral. He doesn't think one way or the other. Whatever. It is what it is. You know. Okay? And then they like to stay far away from this little guy. His name is Negative Nellie. And remember, poly positive doesn't like Negative Nellie. So she sends Negative Nellie far away. Filled with a bunch of empty space. So he won't be near this negative thing. There's that. So remember, protons, neutrons in the nucleus, all the way away, electrons. So if you looked at these we made the other day, there was our carbon, okay? We have our protons, we have our neutrons, and there's our electrons. And in this case, 666, remember, we talked about that the other day too. So let me get back to this, what we talked about, your atomic mass, okay? So your atomic mass, you look at it, it's your number. So in this case, I was looking at gold, which is AU, which you can't see, but I can because I wrote it on this side, not on that side. Okay, it's number 79. You also can't see that. If you look down here, number of protons is going to be 79. The number of electrons are going to be 79. Even though they don't like each other, they have a match. But except he's really small. This one's pretty big. And then the neutrons, just to add a little bit of mass in the middle. Okay? So how do you find out how many neutrons there are? Remember, I told you this the other day. You take the number of your atomic mass, subtract your atomic number, and that will tell you how many neutrons there are. Okay? All right. That was a little quick review. All right. So now, here are some of the ones I made the other day that I said I didn't want to waste my time. So here's this one. And remember, you take the periodic table. Now, those of you who needed one, I put it on Outlook for you. So you can either print it off or save it and just go back and refer to it anytime you need it, okay? That's what you're going to use, the periodic table. So this one, this is just letter N, nitrogen, 7, 7, and believe it or not, 7. Remember, it doesn't always happen that way. Okay, over here we had our helium, 2, 2, and 2, because it's number 2, 2 electrons, 2 protons, 2 neutrons because 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay? This was a big one I started to build the other day. This one right here is neon, and it has 10. So it was big, and it took a while. And then this one was F for fluorine. This is what you find in your toothpaste, this one. Okay, fluorine, and fluorine has 8 protons, 8 electrons, but it has 9 neutrons in the middle to add that mass. Okay, so there's that one. Here's our cute little hydrogen. Remember, no neutrons at all. Okay, and then here was our other one, which was oxygen. We're going to kind of talk a lot about oxygen and hydrogen today a little bit. Okay, so that's a quick review. And we have been talking about this. You seem to be doing pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with you. Those of you who have done it. The ones of you who have not done it, oh, I don't know what you're doing. Where are you? Where are you? You need to get your work done. So I'll be sending a little message out. Just be prepared. Okay, periodic table. Tons of information on here. Gives us a letter, which is a symbol, atomic mass, and atomic number. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about some of these today. So when you have an atom, one little teeny tiny, itsy bitsy tiny, so small you can't see it atom, and you start putting a bunch of those same atoms together, you get what you call an element, which is all these things on this periodic table. So a pure element, there's nothing in it, it's only that, is like this. And I had to go out in the basement. Watch out for the mice and the rats and the snakes down there. But if you can see this right here, I stripped this off, and this is pure copper. Yep, pure copper right there. I don't know. Can you see it better? I don't know. But anyway, that's copper, and that's used in all kinds of wires. As you can see, that's what this was for. Okay, copper. It is as pure as going to get. Okay, aluminum foil. Aluminum. See how shiny that is? You make thunder with it. You can make wreaths. You can use this great for solar, so because it will reflect the light and makes everything nice and warm. So aluminum. They'll be your regular elements that you're going to find. Now, so if you look at the table of elements, you're going to find them on here. But what's going to happen is this. Everything in the world is not made of just pure stuff. In fact, nothing really, really and truly is pure. There's a mixture of all these things kind of put together, and a lot of times they'll share the electrons that are way out and God knows where, okay? So now, if you have a plant, I'm going to talk a little tiny bit about one of my favorite elements of all, which is carbon. The reason I love carbon so much is because it is in all living things, carbon. So it's in you, it's in me, it's in this plant, it's in all my plants, it's all your plants, it's all the animals, all of those have carbon, okay? And if you look on here, carbon is number 6, okay? So I love carbon. And I really love oxygen too because it's so cool. Because when you look at the earth is filled with oxygen. But the reason this plant is so important in my life is because this gives me oxygen. But what do I give it back? Do you always remember? Oh, yeah, you over there in the blue shirt. Yeah, that's you. Oh, you remember? Oh, you're awesome. You must have been one of the kids that did my homework. Because carbon dioxide comes out of us whoosh, into this and helps our plant grow, right? Okay, so now we have carbon dioxide, which is made of 2 things. So if you look at carbon, and you look on here, you have carbon, which is C, and you have 2 oxygens. So then we have carbon dioxide, which is on my little thing, CO2. Come on in. We have a neighbor coming in from next door. Come on in. Alex is right in the other room. Whoa, I love those plants. Oof. Oh, he's got his pajamas on.
Hey, buddy.
So,
I haven't seen these guys in a while.
I know. Okay, so if you want sodium chlorine, baking soda, used for just about everything. I can even brush my teeth with this in the morning. Put a little bit on my hand, put my toothbrush in it. Shh, perfect toothpaste. You might run out during this COVID-19. There you got, everybody has that in their cupboard. Okay, that is NaC2, meaning it is made up of sodium, Na, C2, which is 2-chlorine. Or not, carbon, I'm sorry. Carbon, not chlorine. Okay, and you have NaCl. We use this every day. I use way too much of it. And it is salt. Okay, NaCl, salt. I drink a lot of this, probably not as much as I should, but a lot, and that's water, which is H2O. Okay, so we need all these things in what we do in our lives. So when you look at the periodic table, there are elements that are gases, and there's 11 of them. There are 3 that are magnetic. That's iron, nickel, and cobalt. There are 2 that are liquids only at room temperature, and that's mercury and bromine. Are you building something? No? Yes? Building? Making? Leaving? Talking to myself as always. Okay, so what are the 10? Think about this. I want you to really think. I'm going to give you 10 things. And I might ask you this, on something this week. So what are the top 10 most abundant elements in the human body? First one, hydrogen, which is a gas. Interesting. Carbon, I told you, all living things. Nitrogen, oxygen, sodium, salt, okay. Phosphorus, sulfur, you find those in matches. Chlorine, potassium, and what makes our bones nice and strong? Calcium. Okay, those are all elements. So I'm going to give you kind of a fun Kahoot to do with this. And what I'm going to do is, if I can find the paper that I had just a minute ago. Okay, I know you watch TV, and I know you watch cartoons. You're going to need the periodic table of elements for this. So if you have tungsten, oxygen, and dysprosium, you're going to look those up, see what letters they are. What symbol are they? So tungsten is a W, oxygen is an O, oxygen is an O again, and then dysprosium is DY. So if you put that together, it spells the word Woody. And I know you've all seen Toy Story and you've all seen Woody. So I'm going to give you this paper. It's going to be in Kahoot form. It's going to be called Cartoon Elements. I'm going to put these up here, and they're going to be, you have to figure them out and write the word in. And yes, I'll take the timer off. So, atoms can be pretty fun. Building them is pretty fun. Doing cartoon elements is pretty fun. Periodic table is pretty fun. You can take the numbers and you can come up with things like animals or cities or all kinds of fun things on here. Like 6, 8, and 4 in 74, COW spells moo, cow. Yep, got it? So, see, can be fun. All right, so that's it for me for today. Remember, be kind to one another. I will be doing a drawing tomorrow morning for whoever's been doing all their work, and more atoms on Thursday. Have a fabulous day, and be kind to one another. Bye.